Hello everyone. As you can see, I've kind of moved, which is going to be really funny and awkward because the very next video after this one is going to be me in the process of moving. Also, sorry for the echoes. As you can see, the room isn't necessarily put together yet. My PC isn't even put together yet, as you can see from maybe the monitors over there. But either way, I had to make a video because God. It was a calm January night in 2015 when Arsenal upsetted reigning champions Manchester City 2-0 at the Etihad. An upset that the Gunners would relish in, having not beaten the citizens in Manchester since 2010. Not only that, however, it felt like a sweet kiss of revenge after losing many players to City. Judas! Unfortunately though, this was not the changing of the tides whatsoever. May 2016, with Arsenal bottling another title race, they entered the Etihad third with City 3 points behind them. City though wanted nothing more than to get revenge after Arsenal took a hit to their title hopes last year. However, Arsenal still had something in the tank and escaped with a draw thanks to Alexis Sanchez. What Arsenal fans would not realize though, is that this would be the last time, in a long time, that we'd get a result at the Etihad. December 2016, with Arsenal losing the lead in the table because of their kryptonite, Goodison Park, Arsenal needed a good result at the Etihad to stay in the fight, and they did just that, scoring in the first 5 minutes. However, in the second half, a City side, now managed by Pep Guardiola, switched up, and the Gunners conceded twice in the second half. Arsenal never recovered from that, and finished outside the top 4 for the first time in the Arsene Wenger reign. November 2017, happy early 17th, Maxwell, you'll finally start learning how to talk to women. Maybe. Anyways, sitting 5th, Arsenal— who am I f***ing kidding? This was the Centurions' year for Man City. We lost 3-1, wasn't even close. The Invincible Trophy is still more impressive. Sergio Aguero would have never saved his team away in Portsmouth like Jose Reyes. Arsenal finished 6th that season, and this would be the beginning of the end as Arsene Wenger finally retired. February 2019. A few months before, I had introduced a good friend of mine to the sport, and he picked Manchester City.
And Greenish!
Yes! Yes!
Snatches back a Champions League!
Oh yes. Oh yeah. He got to immediately watch his team manhandle mine at the Emirates, but things would be different. Arsenal had a new flame thanks to their new overlord Unai Emery. The Gunners though conceded in the first minute, but then Laurent Koscielny equalized just 10 minutes later. New flame. Sergio Aguero would then score 2 more goals and drop a hat-trick on our asses. Arsenal though actually went on to bounce back from that result as they went from 6th to 3rd in a 6-game unbeaten run. However, once April came around, dear Lord. June 2020. COVID was bad enough, but then many had to be subjected to a David Luiz and Shkodran Mustafi center-back partnership. God take me now. Now officially at Banter era rock bottom, the Gunners would finish 8th after changing managers 2 times. October 2020. While Man City were off to their worst start in over a decade, new manager Mikel Arteta had Arsenal off to an impressive start. It didn't last long, however. Arsenal lost 1-0 to the citizens, and then went on to finish the season in 8th again. August 2021. After starting the season absolutely dismally, it didn't get any better against Manchester City. It actually got worse. The Gunners were embarrassed 5-0 and had just 19% of the possession. It didn't even look like they were trying. However, after the result, Arteta's Arsenal actually started to click, and a semblance of attractive attacking football began to form. The contributions of the Hale End boys and Martin Odegaard had Arsenal 4th with 5 games remaining. However, the team once again bottled and finished outside a Champions League spot. April 2023. The banter era was no more. Arteta had a team of fantastic talents, and his attractive football mesmerized the competition. After 29 games played, the Gunners had an almost double-digit lead over Man City in the table, albeit City had a game in hand. However, once again, the wheels started to fall off in April. Teams had slowly been figuring out how to stifle Arsenal's attack, and now the pressure was really getting to the young Gunners. 3 straight draws, 2 of which Arsenal fumbled 2-0 leads, and the other was against last place Southampton at home. Now with spirits crushed, a feeling of defeat before it even happened, what better way than to follow that up with a trip to the Etihad? Get out of my head! Get out of my head! Get out of my head! And as you'd expect, Arsenal were absolutely demolished 4-1 as their carcasses were practically played with by De Bruyne and Haaland. The Gunners would go on to lose the title, having held the lead in the league for over 90% of the season. March 2024. After an abysmal end to 2023, Arsenal found themselves 4th by New Year's Day. Fortunately, Arteta had a new plan. Horrors beyond our comprehension. Terrorism ball. Scenes of Chelsea 2014 as Arsenal conceded just 4 times in 7 games to reclaim the lead in the title race. And momentum was on their side going into a crucial bout versus Manchester City. This was their moment to take vengeance for what horrors the fans had to see. This was it. The year Gooners across the globe could be pleasured. Unfortunately, Arteta wanted to pay homage to a former Gooner, so he parked the bus for a whole 90 minutes. That result saw the Gunners fall to second, but hey, at least it was the first time they didn't lose at the Etihad in 8 years. Arsenal regained the lead in the title race thanks to Liverpool collapsing, but after a loss to Aston Villa on match day 33, all they could do was watch City win the league on the final day by a single point. God kill me now. And now we are up to date. September 2024. After just 4 match days, Arsenal returned to the Etihad in desperate search for that vindicating win. However, their star, Martin Odegaard, would be out for this showdown. And this was a huge loss for the Gunners, as Odegaard was the connector between the defense and the attackers. Luckily though for Arsenal, City's own superstar, Kevin De Bruyne, was also out. So with both attacking cogs absent, many believed this game would be another goalless bore. Well, maybe not, because within the first 10 seconds, drama already unfolds. Then in the 8th minute, with Arsenal being reshaped by Savinho's brutal turn, the Gunners conceded to the Norse god. Unfortunately for City, Rodri goes down again, but this time it's actually legit. It's also kind of hard to tell whether or not the rapist had anything to do with it. Either way, Rodri gets subbed off, and we later learn that it's a season-ending ACL injury. Which is ironic, because Rodri just complained about match congestion like a couple days ago. 4 minutes later though, Arsenal with their first meaningful attack, and Ricardo Calafiori scores a goal of which matches the beauty of every face card on earth. Momentum's now entirely on Arsenal's side as they seek the second, but to no avail. But then in the 45th minute, it's another well-worked corner from the Gunners, and Gabriel says, "I'll give this one head." 2-1 to the Arsenal. City are actually in trouble at the Etihad. This could finally be the moment.
And that is a challenge which is going to earn second yellow card.
Just when we had them on the ropes, just when we were getting good spells, carving through City's sluggish shape, Leandro, you f***ing idiot! Wow, the refs are inconsistent. This same challenge was made before. Now, I would agree with you had he not f***ing drop-kicked the ball after the play! Going into the second half now, although he was probably planning it, Netanyahu had no other choice than to park the bus now. So for the next 45 minutes, all we could do was witness peak terrorism ball and endure the 25+ shots from Manchester City. Thing was though, Arsenal was doing a good job preventing any clear-cut opportunities. No matter what, it just felt like Arsenal were one step ahead of City's attackers, and all that came at them were ineffective shots. And by the 90th minute, I was actually feeling pretty confident we could close this out. For once too, my feelings of optimism were validated with David Raya making a commanding presence throughout the 7 minutes of stoppage time. Alright fellas, just one more quarter. We got this. This is a new Arsenal. A better Arsenal. One with the best defense in the world. Just hold that line. How could this happen to me? I made a mistake. Got nowhere to run. And now for the 10th consecutive time, Arsenal still can't beat Man City at the Etihad. Will I ever live to see it happen, or is there a better chance one of my balls gets shot at the local Walmart? USA! USA! It sucks, and this is most definitely copium, but I have liked what I've seen so far from this team. I know a lot of people criticize this way of football, and also I think Bernardo Silva did as well apparently. But listen, right, I've witnessed this team play some beautiful football for the last like 2-3 years now. But that was their downfall though, and this is a trap that a lot of teams fall into when they do play attractive football. When their style is figured out, they have no more answers. In sports, it doesn't matter how aesthetically pleasing the football is. If you didn't win, it doesn't mean shit. For as haram ball as it gets, this has shown an evolution in the tactics Arsenal deploy. Their mindset is no longer be happy with the football being played. That's 2020 to 2023, we're done with that. It's entirely results now. Only results, nothing but results. Now, the elephant in the room. Rodri's season-ending injury. Listen, all the best to him. But there is a little bit of a cynical side that is kind of glad he'll be gone for a little bit. Because it's a known fact that without Rodri, City just aren't the same team. They don't perform as well, and you saw that last year a decent amount of times. And I know that sounds horrible, but don't act like you've never acted this way before when a player gets injured on the opposing team. Like, come on. To finish though, this is kind of a shorter video. I just kind of wanted to put this together because of my frustrations, and you know, this is kind of like therapy to me. I will most definitely not be listening to complaints of the officials, the refereeing, all that kind of stuff from fans of a team that is currently being investigated for 115 charges. Of course though, a massive shout out to all our patrons, including Janos Balash, Brazilian Fury, Respect the Jeff, Othman JN, Habakkuk, Jeremiah Owusu Ajima, Anazir Makalankam, Alex Rod, Ulta, Miguel Munoz, Return Fire, Rory Burns, Slider Kid, Sniffrix, Taco Okafan, The Cypriot 35, Not Windows 95 Man, Kentra Agatra, Big Boars the Baby Deer II, Kerbo, Unkwell, St. Terrence, Sylvia Citrus, Ryan Jans, Wise Orange, Rashford Enthusiast, Cocosaurus Rex, James Braun, Samu, Just MRC, Cheesebait, Cooper Roy, The Smalley Pirate, Claymore Roomba, Winder Gel, M4 Does Stuff, Finn Likes Rugby More, Dave Ox, The Portugeiser, TPSK25, Polar Protos, Van Fan, Lucian Von Croix, Ethan Bennett Loves Kavicha, Gazegos Brescikiewicz, Monotango Fay, Adriana, Ghostly Owl, Coney Wolves, Mud Tanai, Nava, Chris Visconti, Dominic Griffin, Kyler Krebs, Mohammed Al Tanib, Nish, Patrick Barley, Rashford God 5, Raspberry L, subscribe to Tendytim, and Unbroken Persona. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, there's a link down below and up in the annotations. You can follow me on Twitter if you want, follow my Instagram if you like, follow my Twitch. It's going to be a little difficult to set things up, but I did mention I'm going to be doing a charity stream. Most definitely will give you more details about that. But until then, I'll see you guys.